are you? Happy Saturday. I didn't really have a plan for this weekend's video, so I thought we would just put together the doll that I'm finishing up today. So as you all know, next weekend is the Pacific Northwest BJD Expo in Seattle, where I'm going to be. So I've been working really hard to get another doll done. I have 2 customs to take, and then I'm going to have this Middie. So I'm done with her basically. I just need to put her back together. So I thought we'd make a short video of me doing that. If you remember, this was an authentic Blythe that I got in a trade. Her name is Francois Anasasa. I don't know how you pronounce it. Anyway, I was thinking about a couple things. Normally I like to give dolls jointed bodies, and I have a jointed Middie body, but the color is really not a very good match. And actually, one of the last Middies I did, I left the original body on, and I actually kind of liked it. So because it matches better, I think I'm just going to use her original body. I also brought out her original clothes because originally I thought they were super cute, but they're a little too frilly for me and fitted. I kind of like my dolls to look kind of, I don't know, haphazard, I guess. So I'm probably going to use this outfit set, which was made by my friend BeBe. I'll put a link to her shop. She makes the cutest things. And I have these little boots. So I think that that's what she's gonna wear. So let's just put her together and then we'll get her dressed and see what she looks like. I made a brand new pair of eyes that I designed just for her. I thought she has a lot of green going on in her outfit. I really like pink and green together, but I thought it would be overkill to have green eyes. So I also really like blue with pink. So I decided to do that, and I also gave her pink lashes. I used these pink lashes in one of my Neo customs, and they were really unique, and I ended up really liking them. So the mechanism needs to be pushed on, and sometimes it's hard to get it all the way in. Like, I think it's in on this side really well, but not on this side. So you kind of have to mess with it and make sure you get it all the way in there. There it goes. So make sure it's in there and you didn't bend your lashes. Also make sure that the eyes go back and forth. If you're new to Blythe, you might be wondering about the differences. So this is a Middie Blythe. She's smaller than the Neo Blythe dolls, and instead of having the 4 eyes that rotate, she just has 1 pair that move back and forth. So there's 2 little screws that go in here to hold the mechanism in. If you're interested in this doll, I am planning to take her to Seattle next weekend. But if you want to claim her now and you are willing to pay in full, I can mark her sold on my table, but I will still need to take her. She won't be shipped until after Seattle, just because otherwise I won't have anything to show on my table. So that screw is a little bit stripped. You want to make sure you get it kind of in there tight so that the mechanism doesn't sort of come loose at all. So that looks good. The back of my dolls, the little bunny is my logo and has been my logo for years and years and years for my dolls. So I always put that on the back, the name and the number. This is only number 36. I've only customized 36 Blythe dolls, which is not very much since I've been customizing for about 3 years now, 2.5. Some people do that many in 1 year, but I'm, as you all know, pretty slow and don't get a lot of time to work on dolls. So now the body, the way the Blythe body or the Middie body works is you have this headpiece, and this actually comes off. You'll notice in this replacement body, that we have that round piece in there. And the reason is because this weird kind of square part goes right down inside there. So if you get a body that doesn't have this piece, you're going to have a hard time putting her back together. So it goes in there like that, you put it in there, and then it matches up with this back square piece. But let's put her hair on first. I've already cut the hair basically how I want it to be. We might trim it a little bit after she's together. The big thing is to make sure you don't pinch any of the hair in between the scalp and the faceplate. And if you do, you want to get it out. Screwing the faceplate to the scalp on a Middie is a little bit hard. What you can do is sort of start the screw, so put it in where it goes and do it a couple turns so that it's kind of stuck in there, and then maneuver it on. I hope you can see in there. Because then you sort of have to wedge your screwdriver down inside of there to screw it all the way down. Now, when we put the back plate on, we're going to want to sort of place the body. This is probably the kind of trickiest part to get everything lined up. But it should go, as long as everything's lined up, you should be able to get it on pretty easily. If it's not going on pretty easily, you definitely don't want to be pushing too hard. You might want to pull her apart and see why. It does take a little bit of force to get them back together though, and I've found that on the authentic Middies, they can easily break the little phalanges that are on the sides, so opening them again can be kind of obnoxious. So I would say make sure you're ready to put her back together before you do. So there she is. We are going to put screws in the back of her head. I think I'm missing one, so we'll just put one in for now and I'll find another one. I would definitely recommend doing the screws. Sometimes I forget to do them on the Neos, or at least I don't put them all in, but on the Middies, because it's basically all that's holding her together. Especially if you break off one of the phalanges, then... Is that how you say that? Flanges or phalanges? I don't know. So let's kind of fix her crazy hair now that we've got it all out of shape. And I've kind of been trimming her hair, so I think we got some stray little pieces that we might have to cut. One of the things that's hard about cutting this hair is it seems like every time you cut it or every time you comb it, you end up having to trim off some long pieces. All right. So let's put this little hat on her. I want her bangs to kind of stick out the front. But first, let me move her eyes. I like the dolls to have their eyes to one side. And it looks like this back didn't get on there very well, so her eyes don't turn very well, but we'll play with it. The Middie eyes are definitely the biggest thing I don't like about them. They're harder to work with, more problems. I kind of just think like leaving them stationary is kind of a better idea. All right, so there's the hat. And this is gonna be the little jumper. Let's put this on. And I hadn't decided if I wanted to put socks on her yet or not. I have these green stripy socks that I like, but I didn't know if it was gonna be too much green. So we might try them, and if not, then I can find some other socks for her. So that's really cute. I don't know, I kind of want to put a t-shirt on her. I always feel like I don't like when my doll's arms are really bare. And also because it's kind of tight, it's making her little boobies kind of show, and I don't like them to have boobies, but she actually looks really super cute. So these are the little socks I have from Peace, Love, and Blythe. She has a great shop. So let's try these with the boots and we'll see if it's too much or not. Because I don't even know if I have a t-shirt for Middie that I could put under. I have some Blythe t-shirts that might work under something. I don't know, it's kind of cute with her little shoulders showing. Having a hard time getting socks to fit, there's a couple things you can do. First, you want to make sure you pull them, at least on the foot, it is as tight as possible. Also, depending, you can actually cut off the toe, and it doesn't maybe look as nice, but it will fit inside your shoe, and you won't be able to see it when the doll's wearing it. But these are a nice size. They seem to fit fine with the socks on. I'm gonna cut her laces a little bit just so they're not super long. Okay, so I actually think the outfit looks great with her pink. I think it's good. So I think I'm gonna try to take a couple photos of her before it gets too dark here. And tell me what you guys think of her. She, again, is going to be available next weekend in Seattle, or let me know if you're interested in her before. And as always, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, and I will have lots of video next week from the BJD convention, or expo, so something cool to watch coming next weekend. So have a great week. Bye!